Good morning and welcome to Kelly's Anesthesia Tips. Today is April 8th and today would have been my mom's birthday. She passed years ago, but it was ironic because I had a note I wanted to retouch upon something that I couldn't remember whether I had or not, and that's why I can't recommend a billing company. So this is going to be just a little bit different than the one that I did before, and it rang a bell with me, so I searched across my own channel. I'm up to 84 YouTubes now, you guys, and I do try at least to do one a month. So I checked myself. I went up. I said it was my mom's birthday. That's my mom. And the last one I did was on my brother's birthday, but I didn't know it till I pulled it up. That's the irony. So I searched across my own channel for billing, and I found a couple of things that said, yeah, I did one back on March the 4th of 2021 for billing company tips. So I do these contemporaneously. So that one is a quick, less than 5 minutes that gives a little bit of my background experience. But on this time, I'm going to walk you through where to look and tell you why I cannot recommend billing companies, though I'll give you a list and questions to ask. And then I'll kind of throw it back in your court to say, if you have questions that you don't see on my list, share them with me and I'll share them with everybody. You can do it by comments, and then I'll update my list sometime. So let's start there. Now you know you can search through my channel for terms. The one with my mom was a field avoidance one, but anything you're looking for, you can search across the channel. You can reach my channel through the link on my website that says YouTube channel, Kelly's Anesthesia Tips. Here it is. As I said, I do try to keep these updated. And then I want to show you where you can go to find the billing company list. Now, I've already opened these, so I don't have to re-download these, but I want to walk you through it. And I want to walk you through my mission statement, which explains why I cannot do recommendations, because I am committed to providing quality billing and consulting expertise independent of affiliations. I have so many friends in this industry, so many friends that have billing companies, that work with billing companies, that use billing companies, that are looking for billing companies. And I just don't feel like it's fair for me to say, you know, this company is super great and this company is not so great. And not only is it not fair, you don't know how your company's doing unless you're actually looking at it, which you can do internally and you can do externally. And here I'll give a plug to hop over to my meetings page, because I will be speaking with Doris Branker on internal and external auditing at that meeting in Orlando at the AIA BPM. It's the quickest way to say it. And here's the link. The agenda's available, but I can tell you that we worked hard on that session, and we both got quite a few years of doing this behind us. So we're looking forward to that. All right, now back to the show of where you find the billing company list. On the forms to download, you go across to documents to download, and here is where you will find an alphabetical list of everything I have that I think can be helpful to you, including the billing company list. If you hyperlink off of here, you can download it. I've got it. I'm going to hop to it in a minute. And then the billing company questions. One of my anesthesia friends, Arnie, hey, Arnie, actually made some suggestions that were good. So I incorporated some of them into the list back in 2024. And when I have time, I never mind updating things. Part of compliance is, you know, you just look and you look again and you update and you change, and that's a good thing. All right, so here are the two places that you go to get it. I said it's an alphabetical, and I want to mention and plug those of you who are friends that help me by allowing me to share other things too. So thank you, Julie. She shares a colonoscopy decision tree. I may have more. I do Twin Oaks Anesthesia with some examples. So, when you have a great form and you don't mind sharing it, I have a place to put it where people can look. All right, so let's hop. First, let's go to the billing company list. As I said, it is alphabetical. The last time I checked all of these hyperlinks was January 16th of 2025. If the hyperlink does not work, it's off the list. If the hyperlink's fine, I leave it. I try to remind myself, because things change, who's what and what's what. So here under like Coronas, you'll see a few different companies listed because this is fairly new. It used to be ABC, which was a huge one right over here in the A's, Medac down in the M's, and Medical Billing Unlimited, which I don't even know that I had known of that company before, but I picked up the name from the press release. So as I said, these are alphabetical. You got to scroll through them because I have, my goodness, 53 of them. And I don't want you to think because Zotex disease, they're only there because of alphabetical. And what does it take to get on this list? Nothing. Except you have an anesthesia, you have a website that works, and you tell me that you bill for anesthesia. So I give the list, and then it's up to you guys to do your due diligence or your research on the different companies. Some of them are big, Ventra, USAP. I'm going to try to mention them so y'all don't think that I am, favoring one over the other. Park Medical Management, friend Pam, hi Pam. Cole, Blue Ridge Billing, and Martha. When I say these are friends, and whether they're my friend or not, they're on the list because they have a billing company and a website, and I share it regardless of friend. I have no foes, not that I know of anyway. All right, so here I do give this disclaimer at the front, another link to my website, just to say it is a big decision. Don't just pick one because you like the name. Go through a few of them, ask them a few different questions, and if you're not sure which questions to ask, well, that's my other billing company questions to ask, and I mention it there. So here you go. I'm not going to read all of these to you because that you can do on your own. But as I said, if you see something on here that you think, well, I asked this question and I don't see it on here. I made this so long ago and it was off the top of my head, and, decisions that I've had to think about in the past myself, and challenges that came up maybe even after the fact. And here I'll give you a personal one. It wasn't even an anesthesia. When I first started my business, I picked up whatever work I could, and here in town locally, there was a different type of specialty physician who had a billing company that had the worst contract I had ever seen regarding if they canceled them for any reason, they had to pay them for cancellation, and they were doing a poor job. So that's the kind of things that you want to make sure that, are addressed in what's called the honeymoon period on the front end, when they're still trying to get your business if this is what you're doing. And even if it's not what you're doing, if you do in-house billing, you can look at this list just to say, hey, do we do this? Do I have to worry about one day someone coming in and saying we can do it better than you can? Because that has happened, and not just to me, but to others as well. Okay, so I gave you the list, plugged the meeting, gave you the questions to ask you to do your own. So I'm going to wrap it up and end it with what I like to say. Be kind to one another, generous with your knowledge. You all know why I added support anesthesia meetings, because if we don't, they will not be around, and we need them. So as I said, don't forget your search function, and I will see you guys around next time. Maybe at the meeting in Orlando.